1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to. Southside Pod! Yes, we're on the air. And with gangs all here, all things on the South Side. Thanks for tuning in to the Southside Pod.
Holy crap, we're back. Look at this. Southside Pod.
I thought Doge canceled us. Yeah. Too much money in the budget.
You know, I decided to bring this back because I was like, it's not making a lot of money. But it's fun to do. So this is my fun podcast.
Nice. It's good to have one.
Hanging with you guys is my fun podcast. Like,
do we make you lose money?
Huh? No, you don't make me lose money.
But we got to try harder on that.
Like, we don't really lose money, but we don't really make money. And like, I took a break from it because I was getting another show going. So Lemont Unlocked got launched, and you know, we took on a few new people that we were doing podcast production for, and you know,
we got bumped, Bill.
The EP podcast has gone to a lot more video. Like a lot of stuff that was learned on this show is used on the network, which is my business.
We should rename this podcast The Back Burner.
Yeah.
There we go.
Maybe that's what it should be. Maybe I had somebody say you should go back to the original Broadcast Basement name and just forget the fact that it's Southside Pod.
That'd be great,
so we might
too.
do that at some point. I don't know. But I mean, like,
theme song, Bill.
In the last 18 months, and this is funny because I just had a conversation with a guy. I did an interview for Events and Adventures.
Is that like
Events
a
and
broad
Adventures?
thing you're saying, or is that a real company?
No, it's a real company. You've never heard of them? They're like on
No.
Q101. Like that, you'll hear their ads on all the radio stations, and you'll see like on social media.
Events and Adventures.
Yeah, the idea is like it's like a singles club.
Oh, okay.
It's a club where like you go and you do stuff.
Like, hey, go do a canoe trip with 30 people.
That's
and maybe
what you
meet
do.
somebody.
Okay.
Right, and then they also will have like,
That sounds horrible.
salsa dancing
29
or
people.
hibachi ball or
Right.
something like that, right?
Swingers clubs.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, I'm going to... Exactly. so I was like...
Second date.
I was curious, and I was like, I just want to see what the process is. Because they don't put how much it costs on anything. So like...
Wait, are some events not adventures? Because it's called events
some
and
are
adventures.
events and some are adventures.
Oh.
Some are events and adventures.
Whoa.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, okay. So they do an interview, and a guy gets on a Zoom call. First, they do like an interview over text where they ask you a bunch of questions, and it includes like, are you a felon? Like stuff like
That's
that.
the first thing they ask?
Yeah, they ask
Which,
that.
I mean, that's reassuring, to be honest.
Yeah.
That should be like in their ads. Like, our first question we ask our applicants
Are you a felon?
Right.
Right. Have you ever heard?
And then the second question would be, are you lying?
So this guy gets on, you know, he's from another part of the country. I can't remember where he said he was at. He might have been in Oregon or something like that because they're a nationwide thing. And he does like this hour-long interview with me on Zoom.
Was this recorded for other people to see?
I'm sure.
Like the
it was
80s
recorded.
dating tapes?
Yeah,
like,
probably.
hi.
And I'm sitting around having a drink, like going through my interview with him. And in the end, of course, I'm a perfect candidate because he's really going to sell
you
me.
have money.
Because you're you.
Right. He's going to sell me. He wants my money. He
Okay.
wants
I
my
gotcha.
money.
Mr.
So-
Lanuti, we think you'd be perfect for this.
So he
Plus, we have a great modeling gig.
Right.
Just $3,000 for headshots, and you're in.
So he starts off by telling me, his pitch is, Chris, if I could tell you that there's an event or 2 or 3 every day, 365 days a year, and you can go to any one of them you want to in your area for about $30 to $40 a week, would you be interested in that? Like immediately, like
No.
I'm being sold a car.
Like,
$30 a week for a year?
Yeah. No, yeah, $30 a week for however long I'm signed up for.
When they tell you weekly instead of monthly, you know it costs too
Correct.
much.
You know it's going to cost money. So when he gets to the
For
end
less than
of
a
the
cup
pitch,
of coffee a day.
Yeah.
So when he gets to the end of the pitch, the price tag for a year is $3,000, which is far more.
That's like $60.
That's 100 weeks.
I did the math in my head immediately. I was like, that's wrong. Okay. But if I buy right then and there,
Right. And you promise to tell a friend.
there's $500 off.
Oh, nice.
And then if I commit to 18 months, I'll do it for the same price as the year. Now all of a sudden they've gotten it to that price.
Is there a guarantee you're not just salsa dancing with 30 dudes, though?
Well, that's the problem.
No,
there is no guarantee.
There's a
of it.
guarantee that will
You're
happen
gonna
at least
No
once.
guarantee.
show up to like a mini golf and it's just going to be all guys.
It could be that.
Okay.
And what was funny was he was trying to tell me like 60% of our clientele are female in the age range of 35 to 45 years old. So that'd be perfect for you. That's what he's telling me.
Perfect.
And I'm sitting there going,
Young for
okay.
you.
But when he shows me the pictures, any picture from an event that he shows me, it's
All dudes.
2/3 to 3/4 of the people in the picture are dudes.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like,
I thought you were going to say he showed you like some Getty Images photos or something like that of like all these young, hip, like supermodels.
no, like if you're going to try to convince me that there's a lot of like, hot single women, show them in the pictures.
Right.
They were not there.
Please lie to me at this point.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
almost had me.
They were not there. So he wants $2,500 right now, and he wants an
You don't even
18-month
get a
commitment.
free adventure to try it out?
No.
That's
You'd never
you
come
should
back
have-
then.
You would never come back. That's why.
Because
Okay.
you'd find love on the first date?
Well, that was one of the things I told him. I was like, what if I meet someone and now I'm locked in for 18 months and I'm out $2,500 under your deal you're offering me? And he goes, Chris, if I were to tell you were going to find the love of your life, you'd give me $2,500, right? And I'm like, I just got done being
Priceless.
married.
Yeah.
I would never pay
That costs
$2,500.
way more than $2,500.
I'm not giving you $2,500 for that again. No, are you out of your mind?
I'll give you $1,250 to never talk to me again.
But the thing that struck me was, he goes, 18 months is not a long time. And that was the moment when I said, okay, I'm out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because I look back 18 months ago, and 18 months ago, my wife was still in the house and nothing had happened yet.
Right.
18 months ago, there wasn't me going away and the police pulling the kids out of the house for their own safety. And my daughter's bruised up and DCFS has removed her from the home and I'm filing for divorce. And then I go through this massive divorce that takes 17 months or 16 months to finish, right? In the middle of it, I dated a girl for like 5 months, had like this whole relationship with her. Like all these different things happened in 18 months. In 18 months, this company we got to the point where this year, we have contracts for this year, we'll bill in the 6 figures. I tripled the amount of money.
Nice.
Okay.
How much you making, Mike?
Huh? How much is
$0.
Okay, yeah.
I
this
mean,
show,
Zero figures.
this show doesn't
my
make any money.
W-2 showed $0
This show
last year.
doesn't make any money. That's the problem. That's why this show had to go off the air. This show had to go off the air
He's
to
selling
get the other
us
shows
like
going.
the dating guy's selling him.
Yeah.
Now
These
listen,
guys don't make any money.
18 months from now, this show could be making money.
Yeah. 18 months from now, guys, we could be making money. I just need $2,500 from each one of you.
I'm a little short right now.
I'll take a check.
Will you take it post-dated for 18 months from now?
Oh, it's the Southside Pod and the Southside Pod.
Oh, we're the Southside Pod.
It's the Southside Pod. It's the Southside Pod.
Oh, it's the Southside Pod. The EP podcast at one of the newest businesses in Evergreen Park. Ricardo is here with me. How are you?
Ricardo, good, thank you.
Good. All right, so we're going to look at some of the things that you have here. First, I'm going to try my best to pronounce the name.
No problem.
I've been practicing like crazy. I'm going to
Okay.
see if I can do it. I'm going to look at it as I say it. La Michoacana de Daniel.
Perfect.
I nailed it.
Perfect.
Very good. And
Perfect.
it's named after your brother, correct? You
My
and your
brother.
mom run this, right?
My mom and I, yes. My mom and I, we are the owners.
Yes.
And we do this because my brother passed away 3 years ago, and this is on his honor.
You did this in his honor. There's actually
Yes.
a shrine here. When you come in, you can kind of see
Yes.
this very nice setup that's here. And describe this for me, because I would imagine that this is some people know exactly what type of place this is. And somebody
Okay.
like me, I walked in, I was like, it's an ice cream shop, but no, it's not an ice cream shop.
It's not. No, it's
it has
not.
a lot of so explain to me exactly, for somebody who's never been
Okay.
in this type of place, what they find when they walk in here.
Okay, so Mexicans like a lot of sweet. So when you are watching like a show or a football game, you just want something with some chili or pepper. You want something sweet. So we have a lot of things like fresh water. We have like ice cream. We have Cheetos. We have corn. We have icy pops.
You have a lot of things.
A lot of things.
In fact, we're going to go through some of them standing
Yes,
here.
this is corn.
This is elotes?
Elotes.
Elotes.
Yes, elotes.
Okay, I saw you making this. Take me through how you make this.
Yes, elote.
So what do you put in this?
Okay, we put the corn, we put the mayo, we put some cheese, we put some butter, and a little bit of pepper.
Is the pepper spicy?
A little.
A little spicy. Okay.
Mexicans always say a little.
It's really good.
It's good.
It is spicy too. I love it. So this is a hot food item that you have here.
Hot food, yes, for
Now
the
I've had
winter.
spice. Now I've had a spice. If I want to kill the spice,
Okay, so we have
that looks like it kills the spice.
horchata.
Okay.
That's rice water. Yes.
So I've seen this in a lot of restaurants and a lot
Yes.
of places. Is this something that you home make?
Homemade. Everything is homemade.
So
yes.
what goes into the horchata?
Rice, of course, the base is rice.
Okay.
Cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, and milk and water.
It's so tasty.
Yes.
Like I can find, like that's the thing. Like every time I go someplace and they have horchata, I find myself drinking it, and then I sit there and I say to myself, like, is this, like, it feels like it's really sweet, but it can't be as bad as a milkshake, right? I mean,
yes.
Is it super sweet? Like, how would you describe what this is?
Not too sweet. It's like a milkshake, but not too sweet.
They're wonderful.
Yes.
And I needed it after the elotes.
Oh, after the elote, of course, you need it.
It was funny. You were like, do you like pepper? I'm like, yeah, I like a little spice. I should never have said that to you.
And you know what Mexican always says? No, it's not spicy. I'm sorry about that. Okay.
No, it's perfect. I'm going to eat more of it. Trust me. It's really good. It's really, really good. So the next item I want to look at.
Next item is
this one here. I have never seen anything like this at all. So explain to me what it is, because it's got mango in it. It looked like I could pick a lot of different things that I could put into this.
Yes.
Okay. So I said I like mango, and there's actual pieces of mango, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's like a mango ice cream. Okay. And then you added spice. You added a couple different spices.
Chamoy. No, it's not a spicy.
Not a spice.
No, I'm sure. I promise there's not a spicy.
Okay. Because I got nervous.
No.
I was like, that's the same color as the spice.
No, it's just the color. It's like sweet and sour.
Okay.
But it's not a spicy. So we put a little bit of mango and ice cream mango, a little more mango on top, chamoy, some lime, and just a little, gummies.
Gummies. That's what these are on the top. These are gummies. So
just try it.
This looked spicy to me.
No, this is not.
And that's what I was like. Well, I don't want this because it's spicy.
It's not.
Oh, it's sweet.
It's sweet. Yeah.
Very sweet. No, I love this. So
little sweet and sour.
It's interesting too. So is this one of the big sellers? I saw you have a video screen up here. I saw a picture of it up there. People really like this.
Mangonada, elote, and also the chicharrón preparado. I don't have it, but yeah, we also have on the menu chicharrón preparado, chips, takis with cheese, everything like other Michoacanas.
What I like about this place, and I'll tell people this right now, you can come in, you can pick up what you're getting, and you can be like, okay, I got it, I'm going home with it.
Yes.
But you have couches. You have tables.
Oh, of course. On the TV.
You have places for people to hang out.
Oh, yes.
And enjoy themselves while they're sitting.
Yes, I'm gonna set up another 2 TVs so that way they can come. You can come and see and watch the football or watch a movie or whatever.
Right. You're not looking for somebody to walk in, get it, leave.
No. This is like a home. Yes. A hangout for the kids. Yes.
Is this your first? I don't know if I would call it a restaurant shop.
That's my first business. Yeah? Yes, I have living in Evergreen Park for 22 years.
Oh, so you're from Evergreen Park?
Yes, I am from Evergreen Park. My kids go to Evergreen Park High School.
Okay.
So we have 22 years living in Evergreen, and we love the neighbor. So we usually do construction and like flip houses.
Yes.
But my mom's wanted to retire, and she said, I want a building with a department on top and a business on the bottom. So when we first tried to open, because we came from Mexico City, in Mexico we have a restaurant, a taco place. But then here, for the moment, there's a lot of money to open a taco place.
It is?
A lot of money.
Really?
Yes, like more than $200,000.
To open a taco place?
For a taco place.
Wow.
So
that explains why so many people have taco trucks.
Yes, because food truck is like $80,000.
I just learned something there from you. Yeah.
So we decided to open something else, and we have a family member in Mexico City, and I flew over there, and he teach me everything from the beginning, from the zero, how to make homemade ice cream, homemade icy pops, and everything else.
So this is all homemade?
Yes.
You're making everything here from scratch?
Yes, from scratch. I can show you.
That's amazing. So you're all the flavors, all the different things that you're making.
And also, all the flavors are, like you see, this fruit, really fruit, okay? We don't put any like colors and nothing like that. There's 100% fruit.
Right. So you're talking about this drink right over here,
and the water
everything in here.
Yes.
100% authentic. You got the fruit.
Yeah.
You're using that fruit to also make.
Yes, I can show you the machine. Yes,
that's amazing.
We homemake everything.
Take me through this here.
Okay, this is
you keep calling this water.
Water is water.
It's green.
I know, but that's lime, cucumber. So the green from the lime and the cucumber.
I see the seeds at the top.
Yes.
Oh, that's
refreshing.
Nice.
That's for summer.
And you're making that yourself over
Yes, right now. When you arrive, you see me. I was doing it.
What I love about this so far is that I don't feel guilty eating in here.
Okay.
Because you're making it all, right?
Yes.
Like if I go to some other place and I'm like, all right,
No,
I shouldn't be doing this.
I
Like,
can promise and I can challenge everybody come in and see me how to make it.
Yeah.
Yes, we have the machine for the ice cream. We have the machine for the icy pops, and this is recipes, Mexican recipes.
Yeah.
Homemade, everything homemade.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I totally think this is so cool. So before I get to the last item here, do you know your address yet? Have you learned?
Yes.
Where
the address?
Yeah, the address.
Okay, the address is 3843 West 95th Street on Evergreen Park, Illinois.
3843 West 95th Street. So if you're thinking about that, you're picturing it in your head. They are close to Pulaski. They're on the south side of the street, about 2
Almost
blocks
like
from Pulaski.
Pete's.
Yes.
The Pete's Fresh Market.
Right. The Pete's Fresh Market is nearby. Our sponsors, the First National Bank of Evergreen Park, are about kitty corner to them on the corner of 95th and Pulaski. You can see them. So you will not be able to miss them. Right now you got balloons up. You got a big grand opening sign. Definitely a place to check out here in Evergreen Park. And if you're looking for ice cream, and this was interesting, I want you to take me through, because you have so many toppings, and I just went with sprinkles, and I probably should have just piled them all on. But I wanted to be able to show off the ice cream. Tell me the name of this flavor again, because when I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's just cookies and cream.
No, it's not.
What this is.
It's not. This is, we call it in Spanish, chocolate abuelita. The grandma chocolate grandma, something like that. That's a Mexican recipe.
You gave me the name.
Yeah.
Abuelita, and I was like, wait a minute.
Abuelita is grandma in English.
You don't put grandmas in ice cream.
No.
I was confused, but I didn't want to say anything. I was like, well, maybe I've mistranslated the word, but now you've explained it.
No, the brand, the chocolate name is Abuelita, the brand. So we just put it on the ice cream.
It's really good.
Yes.
It's really good.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got a kind of a dark chocolate, almost like coffee taste to it.
Almost like coffee. Yeah, it's like, the hot cocoa? Are you ever tried hot cocoa?
What it's like.
Okay, that's like that.
It's almost like Mexican hot chocolate.
Mexican hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of like.
Yes, I have 28 flavors, and all the flavors are nature. Fruit, everything nature. You see it.
That is amazing. Listen, Ricardo, what I think is the coolest thing about this spot, and again, everybody here in Evergreen Park should check it out. Not only is it a place where you can come in, it's going to be a gathering place, it's going to be a place where people are hanging out. Like you said, you're going to put up a couple extra TVs. You already got one up on the wall over here. But you have a wide variety of what you're going to have. Come in here, you snack, you get something warm, you get something to eat, you want a treat, you want a dessert. There's a lot of different options here for you.
Yes.
You have the ice cream bars.
Ice cream bar. We also have
Are you making those too?
Yes.
You're making those ice cream bars?
Yes.
That's when you said everything in here was homemade.
I'm going to show you right now.
You make the ice cream bars.
Yes.
It's incredible because when you see the different flavors, you can actually see the pieces of fruit, or with your cookies and cream one, you can actually see the cookies,
Oreo, the cookie
built into the ice cream bar.
Yes.
If you're looking for something new, if you're looking to kind of get yourself to summer early, I would come over here and I would try it out. Absolutely incredible. I'm so thankful that you had me over here to kind of try all of this out.
Thank you.
And to see everything that you had. I am going to try to eat more of the elotes and chase it with the horchata because of the spice. That's what I'm going to do. Finish it off with an ice cream, and then you're going to have to roll me out of here. You're gonna have to, if you got something with wheels, you can put me in. You gotta push me out after I have all this food.
That's a lot of things.
You've been very gracious. Thank you so much for sharing. And once again, the logo's right up here. Watch me screw it up now when I do it the second time. La Michoacana de Daniel.
La Michoacana de Daniel.
There you go. There you go. Okay. I will continue to try not to butcher names on this show. And thank you so much, Ricardo.
No, thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
It's the middle of the show song. 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 Chris had nothing to put here, so he put this song. It's the middle of the show song.
As you enjoy this episode of Southside Pod, remember that for exterior windows, doors, patio doors, and storm doors, look no further than Window and Door Superstore of Oak Forest. No high-pressure sales. They don't walk into your house with some dingy example window and say, hey, take this deal. And if I leave, the deal goes away. Forget that. Go into their showroom. There's an owner in the showroom. He's going to show you every single thing. No pictures in a book. You want to know what that doorknob looks like? Here it is. You're going to get to see it all, and then during the install, there's an owner on site as well. They got their own installers. They don't farm out the work. That's how they do it right. They've been doing it that way in Oak Forest since 1985. All major brands are custom made. No stock items. That way you get a perfect fit. Window and Door Superstore of Oak Forest is a half block east of 159th and Ridgeland at 6280 159th Street. See more at windowdooroakforest.com. Lemont Unlocked at Corner Stone Tavern, and Nancy and Terry run this place. Nancy's the one that wants to get on camera. Terry's like, I'm standing off to the side. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nancy isn't the one that wants to get on camera. Nancy is the one that has no choice but to get on camera. Terry's not a camera guy. Doesn't love the attention.
How long have you had this place for?
We just had our 6th year anniversary for our lease signing. We opened up July 19th in July 24th, in 2019.
Yeah.
So it'll be 6 years this summer that we're open.
And I'm always impressed with the businesses that open right around then, because you don't get your feet wet and you run into like the most challenging thing in the world in 2020 and for the next couple of years after that.
Yeah.
Do you feel better about this now? Because I'm sure you were a little nervous back then.
Well, it definitely catapulted us and everybody else in the town to figure stuff out pretty quickly. Gratefully, by the grace of God, the people of Lemont.
Yeah.
And literally those are the two reasons why we're still here. We are so grateful for both, and in that order. So we figured it out pretty quickly. We also were smart enough to, and we don't claim to be smart, but we're also at that time smart enough to surround ourselves with really great employees that had some experience in the business, and not with COVID, obviously, but just in the business. So we leaned on them a lot, and we're grateful for them. Some have left, some are still here, and we're super, super grateful for that.
You know, one of the things we're going to be talking about today is the history of limestone in that industry here in Lemont, and your spot is perfect for it because there's a ton of it. Like,
yeah.
You got it here on the wall. I think the bar is limestone.
The bar, so the bar is actually, we did the tile on the bar, but behind the bar, which we tile over, there is actual limestone, the same as this. Our basement also has limestone all over. The building is mostly structurally limestone.
And when you come walking in here and you're opening up a place, is that something where you sit there and say, this is awesome, this is why we want to do it?
Literally.
Yeah.
When we walked in, there's a long story how we got here, but essentially the end of that is when we walked in and saw the limestone. It was so beautiful. There's a very funny story, and I'll make it as quick as possible. But
take your time. It's a podcast.
So
Joe Rogan goes for 3 hours. We'll be fine.
Yes. All right. Well, then here we are.
Go for it.
All right. I had already had one beer, and I'm on my second. We're good to go. I really wanted our bar to be tiled because of the limestone. I thought the background was beautiful. So it's an oak bar. We kind of refurbished the bar that was here already, but I wanted the tile, and we were pretty strategic about picking it out. To my husband's dismay, he did not want to pay for the bar to be tiled the way it looks, and he misunderstood the quote gratefully from the guy that did the tile on the bar. We got it. It all worked out. It looks beautiful, and the backdrop of the limestone and the bar being tiled looks pretty cool as far as I'm concerned.
This is why I like interviewing couples that own a business together, because here you are, you're just taking the opportunity right now to be like, he didn't want it, he was wrong. He was totally wrong. Look how great this bar is.
The funniest thing is, I think he was grateful after for the way it looked, and we get a lot of compliments on it. I still think he was probably right financially, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll give him that. He was definitely smarter. Of course, I'm a female, so I'm like, it looks prettier, and he's like, it costs more.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful bar. It's a beautiful restaurant.
Thank you.
I was just in here a couple of weeks ago. I just stopped in for lunch, and I had the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, which is one of my favorite things here. Yeah. We have some other ones, though, that we put out here to kind of show off on the show. So take me through what you brought out here today.
Okay, so we have our fried bologna sandwich. So...
bologna sandwich?
Yeah, it's a fried bologna sandwich.
Fried bologna sandwich.
Fried bologna sandwich. My family on both sides were from the South. My mom's side were all from Kentucky. My dad's side were all from Southern Illinois. So when I grew up, like a lot of people in the Midwest, though, we had a lot of comfort food. So when we decided to do this, our intention was to do elevated bar food with a southern flair. We went through so many different types of bologna, so many different types of bread, so many different recipes to try to make a fried bologna sandwich because I really, really wanted it on the menu. My chef actually said, like, I just don't think this is going to work out. Let's just give up. And I was like, no.
What's crazy about it is if I looked at it on the menu, and I'll be honest with you, I'd be like, bologna?
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be sure about it. But you look at this thing, and I'm going to lift it up real quick for the folks on the camera. I mean, look at the bread on that thing. and the color, and just, I mean, that looks like a high-end sandwich, which I would not expect from bologna.
Well, and I'm going to tell you this, so I'll give my bread company a shout out. But all the bread that we get daily bread deliveries.
Okay.
There's no preservatives. We never freeze it. They never freeze it.
Oh, I love that.
So the bread is a huge transfer for all of our food, and that's a ciabatta bread that we use. But I think that's such key, and the bologna we use, and they ended up making. We do our spicy mayo on it, which we make in house. Most of our sauces are made in house, but the bread is definitely key to it, because we tried Texas toast, we tried white bread, we tried to do all the things, and when we ended up on this ciabatta, it was like we sealed the deal with that.
That's
it was
amazing.
awesome.
That's amazing. Now the side is something you're famous for,
Yes.
if I remember right from the last time I was here.
So that's another story, which is funny. You're going to get all my stories
That's
today.
great.
I apologize
Yeah.
in advance. So they're cracklins. Essentially, they are parboiled potatoes that we smash and then fry. They are a southern thing as well. My oldest daughter, lives in Tennessee, and I had experienced them in Tennessee, and I brought that back. And then they did them differently, but my chef said, we're from the Midwest, we have to load them, which we did. But that was very, very big trial for us, because trying to parboil something and not make it mushy and then fry it.
Right.
So for the first couple months we were open, every time an order come out, it was inconsistent. Like, they finally figured it out to, cool it off quickly, and then that's how we can end up making it have some validity to it, essentially, because it was mush all the time. And my chef finally said the same with that, like, we're just going to give up. And I'm like, we're not giving up on that.
I love this. You're like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on the food. I'm not giving up on the bar. I'm not giving up on anything.
No.
This, the fish tacos, I will tell you this. I'm a fan of fish tacos ever since I used to morning radio all over the country. When I was in Southern California, I became a big fish taco fan. It's like a thing that they do out there. So I'm always curious what some of these fish tacos are like. Tell me about yours.
So when my husband and I opened the restaurant, we essentially had a menu that we completely had in our mind. We actually hired our chef months before we opened, and he and I, while we were doing the build in the restaurant, spent all the time every day, Monday through Friday, downstairs talking about all the things we need to do, meeting with vendors. So he had things he brought to the table. He had been in the business for 30 years. And he was like, I really, really want to do fish tacos, because he worked in Florida for years.
Okay.
And they are his recipe, and I have to tell you, we sell so many of them. So we do them 3 different ways. Right now we have them beer battered. The beer battered is super lightly battered, never makes you feel full or
That's the
icky
key.
afterwards.
That's the key, because you got the shell and everything.
Yes, no. And we do them, we our staple is on the flour tortillas, but corn tortillas are also an option. And then we make homemade pico de gallo. We do the homemade avocado sour cream, and we make our coleslaw in house as well. So it's a jalapeno slaw that we put on there.
It's all fresh here, is what I
Every
noticed.
single
Everything,
thing we make for we are probably a 95% scratch kitchen.
Wow.
And so, and then even our chips, those are ours. We deep fry them in house. Our salsa is also made in house. They are our biggest seller. And then we have 2 other options. We have our grilled or our blackened. For me, beer battered, then blackened, then grilled.
Okay.
But, depending on your diet restrictions and all the things that you have.
That's awesome. I love that. And then I can wash it down with what is this? This sugary delight that you have in front of me.
So this is our Bananas Foster milkshake.
Okay.
So our staple is boozy milkshakes, our hot chicken sandwich.
Is this boozy?
It's boozy. Yes, and you will be drinking that.
So what do you put into it?
Shannon.
So what do we put into it to make it boozy? Like, what alcohol do you put inside of this?
We put Captain Morgan rum.
Okay.
And we put, oh my goodness, I'm having
I love this. You're bringing somebody in with a straw because she's insisting I try it.
I want you to try it.
Thank you so much.
Rum, and we do banana Foster. Yes, give me all the ingredients, because I'm actually having a brain fart right now, of course.
What are the ingredients?
So the Banana Foster is the Captain Morgan rum, and then Cinnamon Toast Crunches, Fireball, and rum chata.
She's giving you all of it. So essentially, yes, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to know this one. So that is what
really
it is
good.
basically. It's the
That's
Captain Morgan run,
insane. Thank you.
and we do a banana non-alcoholic.
Yeah, why would you want the non-alcoholic?
Thank
though?
you, Shannon.
I mean, seriously, why would you want? I mean, that's spectacular. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
That is actually one. That was a milkshake
Wow.
we opened with. And it's probably one of our biggest sellers. We also have a maple bourbon, which I'm a huge fan of. That's our bullet bourbon with our maple syrup in it.
You gave me that last time I was
Yeah,
here.
that's so good.
I remember
it's
that.
one of my very, very favorites. But we make this non-alcoholic as well, so I think it's probably why people really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good and it's pretty. And we rim the glass with caramel and we put cinnamon on the top.
That's awesome.
And
Listen,
it's all coming back to me now.
the food here is spectacular. The bar is amazing.
Thank
the
you.
limestone, we're going to talk a little bit about that with our next guest. But every time I come in here, it's wonderful. I was just telling you, like, you didn't even know I was here a week or two ago. Just
did
popped
not.
in for lunch.
Yeah.
I like this place. It's one of my spots here in Lemont, and I really appreciate it, Nancy. Thanks,
Chris,
for
we
coming
appreciate you so much coming out. Thank you so much.
Oh, cheers! Well,
cheers!
We'll do that. What the heck? We got the beers.
Yay! Yes, thank you so much.
What was the rabbit's name in Bambi? It was Thumper. What's this called in radio speak? It's called a bumper. It's a bumper.
As we end this episode, and it's weird because it's our first episode back, I just want to, you always get those things like, the shows in honor of somebody, an in memoriam, something like that. One of the original members, first time we ever sat down here and did a podcast in this basement. There's pictures that I'm going to throw up here as we're talking. An OG member. The first night we were in a different room in the basement. There was a queen size bed back there. We were sitting around a big giant computer with a couple of crappy microphones.
I got so drunk I fell into a trash can.
A giant 64 gallon trash can
Like a
full of
keg
empty
can, yeah.
beer cans and beer bottles you fell into while you were singing. And we recorded, I think, the first 5 episodes of the Broadcast Basement back in 2008. And one of those guys that was there, I knew him for 30 years, passed away this week. Minnesota Joe Signorelli was found this week. Very sad news. His family's in shock. I'm in shock. My daughter, Audrey, is his goddaughter. And it followed in his footsteps. I mean, he encouraged her because of all the art that she does, that she should think about being an architect because he owned his own architecture firm. And she went to the University of Illinois where we went. Mike didn't go there, but you and I were there. Joe was down there at the same time. And she actually has some of his books that they still use in the classes. And she has had a hard time doing some of her architecture work because his notes are in the book.
Oh, wow.
So that's how close he was to the family. He was family. He was only on this show a little bit, a long, long time ago, but he's been family forever. And if you actually look behind me, you can actually see pictures of Joe. Like there's a picture of me and him up here above my head somewhere. You always see like the nun down in the corner. And that's me dressed as a nun smoking a cigar. And he gave that to his goddaughter on her first birthday. And it says, to Audrey, if you ever get in trouble, point at this. Nice. It's a picture of me smoking a cigar in a habit, holding a drink in college.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, this show dedicated to Joe. Glasses up, guys.
Cheers, Minnesota
we
Joe.
love you, buddy.